Hey everybody, this is Doomhammer, and we're giving another update on the 32-team franchise. So again, I've been taking a pause on actually playing the series because of Madden 26 coming out. I know it's about a month or so away, so I kind of wanted to wait and wait for Madden 26, wait for the modding community to get their transfer tool up, and then likely switch over to Madden 26 for the season 14. I've been doing the Denver Broncos franchise. This is a little fun in-between thing, so you can check that out as well. But we're going to do another recap of the NFL draft. I did most of the divisions. I think it's the AFC East. Then we also have the NFC North and AFC West. So 3 more divisions to go, but 2 more after this one. So we're going to go first to the Buffalo Bills. So Buffalo traded up for Marcus Mariota. So they went from the 5th overall pick. They traded their 2nd round pick. They traded their 5th round pick. They traded away their 1st round pick next year. So a lot to move up for that number 2 overall pick. But they've been at a deficit at quarterback. They tried E.J. Manuel. Haven't really had much success there. They had Josh Freeman a while ago. So now they're trying to get their guy, and they think they have him in Marcus Mariota to compete in the AFC East because they got Tom Brady, Alex Smith, and Cam Newton. So 3 really strong quarterbacks. They bring in Jake Fisher, so a different Fisher there, but 3rd round tackle. Henry Anderson, pass rusher. Ty Sambrailo, Josh Hall, Damian Swan, and Darius Philon. So that is the draft class there. The Buffalo Bills do sign Ryan Cook as a post-draft free agent transaction there. But let's get to hear the experts. So Coward goes, Buffalo did what Buffalo always does. They got loud, aggressive, and slightly desperate. Trading a future first for Marcus Mariota. I've said it before, Mariota is a nice guy, but you don't win this league with nice guys. This isn't Oregon. This is Buffalo. It's snow. It's chaos. It's dysfunction. And they hand the keys to a guy who blends in at a Panera. Joe Philbin, he's the vanilla ice cream of coaches. This draft is a whole lot of polite. It's not bold. It's bland, pretending to be bold. Ty Sambrailo, Josh Shaw, come on. Then you got Skip Bayless. I like Marcus Mariota. The kid can run. And kid can throw, and he has 0 off-field baggage. But giving up a future first for him, that's risky business. That's what desperate teams do. And I'll remind you, this is the same Bills franchise that once traded a king's ransom for Rob Johnson. Ty Sambrailo could be a steal. Darius Philon, that's a grown man right there. But Joe Philbin, more like Joe Fixon, because he's going to be patching up a lot of mistakes if this class doesn't produce quickly. Then you got Stephen A. Smith. Buffalo, what in the hell are you all doing? You trade a 1st round pick in next year's draft, which by the way is supposed to be loaded for a quarterback who is good in college but not great. I'm not saying Marcus Mariota is a bum. I'm saying he's unproven. And to pair him with Joe Philbin, are you trying to stay irrelevant? Damian Swan, Henry Anderson, some decent names, but decent doesn't win divisions. It keeps you in last place. Book it. Then you got Adam Schefter. The Bills were aggressive and they knew what they wanted. Marcus Mariota trade will define this draft for years. There's no denying the risk. They gave up significant capital and brought in a new head coach, Joe Philbin. But there's also a clear direction. They want to build a quick, smart offense. Henry Anderson and Jake Fisher are solid building blocks. If Mariota pans out, and that's a big if, this draft is a home run. If not, Buffalo could be watching 2016 draft from the sidelines without a 1st rounder. And lastly, Mel Kiper. Buffalo went bold, and that's what it takes in today's league. Mariota at number 102, excellent value considering his mobility and intelligence. He has all the tools if developed properly. Jake Fisher and Ty Sambrailo give them versatile linemen with starter potential. Henry Anderson is a high motor DE, great in a 3-4. I thought Josh Shaw was a bit of a reach in round 6, but he fills a need. Philon, underrated. That's a classic value pick. The concern, depth. They gave up a 2016 first, and if Mariota doesn't hit, it's a steep price, but on talent alone, strong class. Then you've got the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins go with David Johnson in round 1, so a running back, big need there because they lost Matt Forte, so they get a star running back there with the last pick in the first round. Then they go offensive line with John Miller and later Jarvis Harrison, so in the 2nd and 5th round. Bring in Devin Smith at wide receiver, Thomas Rawls at running back, so 2 running backs in this draft, and Michael Pruitt. That's the 2015 draft for Miami. They also sign Jed Collins at fullback, Quentin Dempsey at free safety, and then Nate Irving at outside linebacker. Then we've got the experts weighing in. This is what competent championship organizations do. They don't overthink it. They don't reach. They reload. David Johnson at 32, that's a luxury pick, and I love it. He fits perfectly behind a strong offensive line and takes pressure off Cam Newton. John Miller and Jarvis Harrison beef up the trenches. Classic Harbaugh moves. Devin Smith, speed baby. The Dolphins don't need stars, they needed depth, versatility, and reliability. This class isn't sexy, it's smart. Like Harbaugh's khakis, you laugh, but he wins. Then we got Bayless. Let me say this slowly. I love David Johnson. He's tough. He's physical, and he catches the ball like a wide receiver. That's exactly what Cam Newton needs, a running back who can help on 3rd down. But here's my problem. No defense in this draft class. None. You mean to tell me a Super Bowl team doesn't try to replace aging talent or add depth to the secondary? Come on. Thomas Rawls is a nice gamble. Michael Pruitt is underrated, but defense wins championships, and you can't ignore it forever. B+. And then Stephen A. Smith. Now, I want to be very clear. Jim Harbaugh is that dude. You win a Super Bowl. You get some leeway. But I have questions. David Johnson is a talent, no doubt. But are we sure about Cam Newton and Harbaugh are going to keep this chemistry going? Because if it goes left, this draft won't save them. John Miller and Harrison, solid. But Devin Smith, the brother has speed, but can he stay healthy? Can he catch? That's what I want to know. This draft is solid, but solid ain't repeat worthy, and that's what the Dolphins are trying to do. Adam Schefter, Miami had the luxury of drafting for need and depth, not desperation. David Johnson at the end of the 1st round is excellent value and adds a new dimension to this offense. John Miller and Jarvis Harrison bring size and run blocking capability to Harbaugh's physical scheme. Devin Smith was one of the fastest players in the draft, stretched the field tight. What's clear here is continuity. Miami's draft is about sustaining a championship window. With Cam Newton in his prime and Harbaugh's culture, they're positioned to repeat. Then Mel Kiper. David Johnson was my number 2 back overall. To get him at the bottom of the 1st is tremendous. He runs with power, catches the ball well, and fits today's NFL. John Miller is an underrated guard who could start right away. Devin Smith has elite vertical speed. Great pick in round 3 if he develops his route tree. I had Thomas Rawls as a day 3 sleeper, so that's great value. Michael Pruitt is versatile, lines up in line or in the slot. Only concern, no defensive picks. But on offense, value and need, this is a top tier haul. A-. Then we got the New York Jets. Now, they got rid of their 1st round pick. They sent that to Green Bay mid-season to acquire LeSean McCoy. So they had, his name is, his name is slipping my mind. One of the best running backs in my league. Clinton Portis, that's right. Clinton Portis has been one of the best running backs in my franchise. So they had Portis, but he's like 32, 33. He was getting old. So they traded for LeSean McCoy. He was like 26, 27 from the Packers. And that was when the Packers were like doing a fire sale on all their players and loaded up a bunch of picks. Then Osweiler came in and almost made them a playoff team. But anyway, so they lost their 1st round pick. That 1st round pick ended up becoming a running back, I believe. Or they ended up taking another running back with one of those 2 1st round picks in Green Bay. No, it was Melvin Gordon was the pick. So they get rid of their, not aging, but prime running back for a rookie running back in Green Bay. So they get younger there. But the Jets got an elite talent. Now, as for their draft, they went with Trey Walker, cornerback. That was their first pick in the second round. Amir Abdullah, a running back. Bobby Hart, offensive tackle. Marcus Golden, defensive end. Robert Myers, offensive guard. Michael Burton, fullback. And then Cameron Clear at offensive tackle. This is a team with their quarterback, their wide receiver, running back. So they have a lot of talent already. They do sign Andre Brown. So Andre Brown was part of that Green Bay Packers trade. And Brown was like the lead runner for Green Bay. But Green Bay did not re-sign him. So the Jets bring him back. So now instead of having Clinton Portis and Andre Brown now and LeSean McCoy, now they've got Andre Brown with LeSean McCoy. We got John Carlson. We got Nick Roach. We got Greg Manx. And then we'll see what the commentators say. So this is a total Chip Kelly draft. It's fast, it's quirky, and it's deep in the trenches. Trey Walker in the second round is a gamble, but a smart one. Rangy, big corner who fits today's league. Amir Abdullah, speedy, twitchy, can catch out of the backfield. Perfect for Chip Kelly's offense. But here's the thing. Alex Smith is the most accurate check-down QB in the league, and this class supports that style. Still no sizzle, no game breaker. This draft is practical. It's a Toyota Camry. Not sexy, but it'll get you to the playoffs again. Just maybe not further, because they've made the playoffs many years. They just haven't gotten to the championship game to actually make a Super Bowl. Because they made it this year, but they lost to the Dolphins. Then we've got Skip Bayless. I'm sorry. What is this draft? You've got a quarterback who's allergic to throwing deep, a coach who wants to play every game at 100 miles per hour, and this is how you help them? Bobby Hart, Marcus Golden, Cameron Clear? This draft feels like it was assembled by Siri. Amir Abdullah is the only player I like here. He's a tough runner, but even he has ball security concerns. Trey Walker was a nice kid, but a second-round corner who didn't prove much. Sorry, this class doesn't move the needle, and neither does Alex Smith for the record. So Stephen A. Smith taking some shots at Alex Smith there. And let me just say, this draft is not trash, but I don't love it either. The New York Jets have been knocking on the door, but instead of breaking through, they're asking politely with this draft class. Trey Walker is intriguing, rest in peace to the young brother, and Amir Abdullah gives you juice. But where's the dog on defense? Where's the edge rusher that keeps you up at night? Marcus Golden is solid, but not dominant. And Bobby Hart, that's not the answer on the offensive line. I'm watching this team, but I'm not fearing it. Adam Schefter, we got this draft fits what the Jets are trying to do. Build around a stable quarterback and a system coach. Amir Abdullah brings home run speed. Marcus Golden is a tough, high-motor edge rusher who could be a scheme fit. Bobby Hart and Robert Myers add depth and competition on the O-line. Michael Burton is a throwback, a fullback with real value in Chip Kelly's misdirection heavy run game. Cameron Clear is a flyer. Overall, it's not flashy, but is consistent with their organizational identity. Versatile, coachable, and system first. Mel Kiper. This Jets class checks a lot of boxes, but doesn't wow me. I had Trey Walker as a mid-day 3 player, so round 2 feels rich, though his upside was intriguing. Amir Abdullah is explosive, but needs to improve pass protection. Bobby Hart has the size, but I question his technique. Marcus Golden was a great pick in round 5. I had him as a day 2 guy. Robert Myers and Michael Burton are solid depth guys. I'd call this a foundational draft. It won't define the franchise, but it won't sink them either. Just wish they swung bigger. Then we've got the my slides out of order. Let's go ahead and get to the Patriots, and then we'll go back to that one. So the Patriots, they went with Danny Shelton at defensive tackle at 13. I think the Cleveland Browns in real life took him at number 12. Shelton did play for the Patriots later in his career. They get Donovan Smith, offensive tackle. Doran Grant, cornerback. Mike Davis at running back. Not really a great running back there. Clive Walford. Tyrell Williams, a pretty decent round 5 receiver. Then Jake Kumaro, who's kind of like a wide receiver, tight end kind of player. And then Marcus Hardison. And then some post-draft signings. They do get Al Bonds, a depth guy at right guard. Virgil Green to help with tight end. And then Junior Gillette for outside linebacker. So, Coward, the Patriots are playing catch-up for the first time in over a decade. That's because they've missed the playoffs in 2 straight years. This draft feels like Belichick opening the fridge at 1 a.m. and grabbing everything with potential. Danny Shelton is a true Belichick pick. Smart, sturdy, great against the run. Donovan Smith, starting tackle potential. Mike Davis, Tyrell Williams, Jake Kumaro, all system guys. But here's the thing. None of these guys are stars. It's a deep, sensible class, but no lightning in a bottle. The AFC East has passed them, and this class might help them stay afloat, but not regain the throne. Skip Bayless. Tom Brady is still there, and this is all the help he gets? Danny Shelton is fine, but he's not changing games. Donovan Smith is the type of lineman you win with, not because of Mike Davis. Come on, you've got the GOAT, and you're drafting Clive Wolford and Jake Kumaro like this is a rebuild. Belichick is drafting like he's coaching the Browns again. Woof. Oh, felt that one. Meanwhile, Miami's out there with David Johnson, and the Jets are stacking weapons for Alex Smith. Sorry, this class is uninspired, and Tom Brady deserves better. Here, that's the hiccups, apparently. And Stephen A. Smith. I am not going to sit here and disrespect the great Bill Belichick, but let me be very clear. This draft does not scream urgency. The Patriots have been embarrassed by the Dolphins, the Jets, and the football gods in back-to-back years. And this is the response? Danny Shelton is a good pick. He'll clog the middle. Donovan Smith will be fine. But where's the dynamism? Where's the help for Tom Brady? Tyrell Williams is nice, but raw. This draft looks like a team building for the future, but I got news for you. The future is now. Then the Patriots clearly came into this draft looking for balance. Danny Shelton fills an immediate need at nose tackle, while Donovan Smith brings durability to the offensive line. Tyrell Williams is a developmental receiver with upside, and Mike Davis adds depth at running back. Clive Wolford gives them a potential tight end complement. The theme here is depth and value. But with Tom Brady aging and the AFC East surging, it's fair to wonder whether this draft moves the needle enough in 2015. It may take a year or two to show results. And then New England went for foundation picks here. Danny Shelton was my number 2 defensive tackle. Excellent anchor. Donovan Smith, solid second-round value, a plug-and-play left tackle. I like Clive Wolford in round 4, a big-bodied, versatile tight end. Tyrell Williams is a sleeper I had a third-round grade on. Mike Davis brings power. Jake Kumaro and Marcus Hardison are intriguing late-round flyers, but this draft lacks star quality. It's very Belichick, depth over flash. It'll help them reload, but not necessarily rebound to Super Bowl form. And for whatever reason, that last slide was wrong with, it was a earlier one. But anyway, this is the recap of our grades from our analysts. So really, the Dolphins looking to have the best draft class, but they do come off with a Super Bowl victory. So they're kind of more seen positive. Buffalo kind of weak. New England kind of weak. Jets maybe, I guess the Jets and the Patriots are kind of almost the same, except for, I think, one more... one like a B- as opposed to a B from Mel Kiper, making it go into the Patriots' favor. But yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoyed this update. If you're a Patriots fan, a Jets fan, Dolphins fan, Bills fan, that's your draft recap. So I'll have 2 more divisions. I might have some other videos in between now and Madden 26 when I start that new season. But thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy this journey with me that we're taking with this 32-team franchise.